Okay, so your ignition burner is lighting, but the other ones aren't catching. Likely the problem is that the carryover tubes have fallen off or something like that, but I'm just going to show you a quick little trick to get it lit without having to replace the carryover tubes, because you might just be sitting with a tray of raw meat ready to cook and you don't want to get in there and do that. You just want it lit quickly. So taking a look here, I just got the one going, the others aren't going. So I just take my handy piece of wheat, and I just put it through, catch it on fire, bring it over to the other side, and look at that. It's all lit now. And now you gotta put this safely away. Sometimes I use a stick or, a piece of grass. You know what I do? I usually just chuck it in here and don't care about it. But if you have like a water bucket nearby or a fire pit to chuck it into, that's good too. But I just do that. I'm actually going to show you one more time, but with the grill off, just so you can see better. So get this through, lit, carry over to the other side. Now that's lit. But the reason I like to use the long grass is so that I don't have to remove the grill and I can get that done. So there you go, that's the procrastinator solution. Maybe one day you'll actually get in there and change the carryover tubes. And the reason they call these the carryover tubes is because they carry over the propane from the main burner to the other one so that it can nicely catch. See, mine are all crumbly and need replacing too. In fact, a lot of this needs replacing. These heat shields need replacing too. Yep. But it can keep going for a little while longer. I have one more tip, and that's once a year or once every 2 years, get in there and replace all the screws and hardware. A couple years ago, I had to clean out the burners, and so I had to pull out the tubes, but first I had to get some screws out, and because I hadn't changed them since owning it for like maybe 4 barbecue seasons, it was just crumbled screws that were impossible to get my screwdriver in there. And it was a whole lot of work getting those screws out because there's just nothing to catch on. So an ideal thing to do is replace the hardware in there, every year or two, because otherwise things are going to get stuck. And when you gotta make some modifications in there, it'll be a lot of work. So anyways, hope you get your food cooking. Take her easy.